Thanks a lot, Gaurav. Of course, the big news we're tracking here, two new teams for the IPL's next two seasons go to Sanjeev Goenka's new rising. He's got the city Pune and Rajkot goes to Intex. In fact, Sanjeev Goenka now, the chairman of the RP Sanjeev Goenka group who has backed the Pune team, is joining us live on the broadcast for his first reaction. Mr. Goenka, first of all, congratulations, and tell us, are you happy with your bid and the city you've got?
Pune is a great city and it has a very strong cricket-loving population, houses some of the biggest corporates, and it was a conscious move. For me, emotionally, Kolkata is always a first choice, but given that Kolkata was not available, Pune was a very natural choice.
Yes, and you know, everyone's a little surprised that both these bids have been won by those who bid negative. You actually bid as much as minus 16 crores. Tell us your thinking behind that.
Well, we had done, I think my team had spent a lot of time doing the arithmetic, and they came with this number. And I have great confidence and faith on my team, and so based on that, we decided to go ahead and bid this number.
So this is a pretty high number, and that too the negative. So as a brand, you believe the IPL still gives you that kind of return despite the shadow of corruption?
You know, frankly, the BCCI under Mr. Shashank Manohar is, I think, a great organization. I do not anticipate any negativity from the past remaining, and I'm actually confident that this will be very good for us.
So now you're the proud owner of two franchises, isn't it? You have a team in the ISL and now in the IPL?
That's true, yes.
Tell us why, at the very basic, at the very starting point, why you were so interested in the IPL?
You know, quite honestly, IPL is something I've been interested in even from when it was conceived. I had bid for the Kolkata franchise. Shah Rukh's bid was higher than mine, marginally. And I have always waited for an opportunity to get into IPL. I didn't want to do it at crazy prices, so that's why I didn't bid when the Pune and Kochi franchises were being offered. This is for 2 years, so it in a way introduces us to the business of cricket, and we're excited about it.
In fact, that's what a lot of companies were looking for, isn't it? This gives you a toehold into the IPL and the business of cricket, as you were mentioning. In the future, you'd be willing to bid for a full-fledged team?
You know, obviously, if one is willing to bid for 2 years, you're willing to bid for longer.
Okay, let me ask you about the player draft and auctions now. Obviously, your thought will already be on how to get the best from the Rajasthan and the Chennai pool of players.
Well, we certainly hope that we could build a strong and formidable team.
All right, Sanjeev Goenka, congratulations and thanks a lot for talking to us. They won the bid for Pune and they are willing to pay as much as 16 crores from their own pocket. Remember, this was a reverse bid and the teams could have actually been given money by the BCCI, but both Sanjeev Goenka group and the Intex group decided to bid in negatives, which means they're willing to shell out from their own pockets to run these teams for the next 2 years. Let's also go across to the IPL Governing Council press conference, which is going on right now at the meet venue.
Well, every day I get questions from various quarters with regard to conflict of interest. People have not understood the meaning of the word conflict. The conflict of interest means that where there could be an obvious bias with regard to the decision-making process, when a person can influence the decision-making, then only there would be a conflict. You can't stretch conflict to absurdity levels. Now, because tomorrow I can give you an example. I am a lawyer by profession. I may have a client who wants to enter in a contract with the board. Unless and until there is something to show that I have influenced the decision-making process, there is no conflict. Like as I said, that in the present case, the bid has been given by New Rising. It was a closed bid which was submitted at the bidding process with which Saurabh Ganguly had nothing to do. So I don't see any conflict. And as I said, even if somebody has an objection now, we have appointed an ombudsman who would decide this issue. Whether I say it's a conflict or it's not a conflict, it's not going to decide it.
There were talks or they were made that few of the players were there in the sea level and justice yoga. Have you discussed about?
I don't know. I am not aware of that.
But in the process,
But nobody is aware of that.
will there be an option?
I don't know who they are.
You
Question for the new franchise owners, basically the whole, what is your aim from, is it a branding, have you looked at it as a branding and marketing opportunity to bring it in 2 years? What has been the
Our objective is to get associated with the great game of cricket. In our humble, effort, we have been able to win this bid, and we feel very humbled. So as of now, that is the objective.
Well, I would say I'm a big sports enthusiast myself, and I have a great passion for cricket since my childhood days, as many of us. So yes, it's primarily towards the passion of the sport, cricket, and yes, I strongly feel there's a great synergy between the brand Intex and IPL being the most coveted cricketing tournament across the globe. So I think it's a great opportunity for the brand, and yes, of course, my personal passion and interest as well.